that usually bothers me, and it has to deal with respect. I'm not going to talk about respect. I've done it in other videos, and I'll probably do it again later on. But this comes from respect, but also gratitude. Something I think a lot of us have forgot or lost. And it's just two words. It's thank you. When somebody does something for you, such as sends you a shirt, to show their appreciation or give you something, um, maybe pick something up off the ground for you, when they hand it back to you, how hard is it to say thank you? Now I understand it's not the biggest gesture you can do, but it goes a long way. You know, the people in this world, all of a sudden, everybody thinks they're entitled to certain things. And so when you do something nice for somebody, a lot of people can't swallow their own pride and say thank you. Or take 5, 10 seconds out of the day and say thank you. Whether it's through an email, a call, a text, whatever, face snap, whatever it's called. Whatever it is, just a basic thing of thank you. Whenever I talk to a lot of kids and groups of teams and stuff, my biggest thing at the end of my speech all the time is always thank your parents. Thank them for bringing you to practice. Thank you for picking you up. Thank you for doing all the basic things, because there is no rule out there or no law. And I know probably somebody will, after hearing this, some politician will probably take this and try to make it a law, which is the last thing we need them to do. But there's no rule or law saying that, they have to do those things for you. They do it because they want to. But parents, you also have to start demanding it as well. My father is a big man on respect. That's one thing that he's never lost, even with the grandkids. I know he's gotten a lot softer as he's gotten older compared to what he did with us. But then again, we were his kids. His grandkids are totally different. But that's one thing he never lost. And I can say this to this day, he still does it, is that respect thing. He can't stand when people are disrespectful, especially to an adult. And I was speaking to a coach today, soccer coach. He's an older gentleman as well. And he goes, that's one of the things that I just missed, is the disrespect. And those two words, thank you, at least when people say it to me, go a long way. When they're done with the workout and they come up and shake my hand, which I've gotten people into the habit of doing that, to say goodbye and also thank you. They say thank you. Like I'm the one who put them through the workout, but yet they're thanking me. And it's thanking me for that time. Now I thank them right back because, their work definitely brings enjoyment to me. But how far could those two little words go? Especially kids. Think about this. As your parents, if you say thank you, all right, that's all you got to say, nothing else. They drop you off at practice and you say thank you when they pick you up. Thanks for picking me up, Mom or Dad. That will go a lot longer than you could ever imagine. I truly mean that. I wish somebody would have instilled that in me a lot more. Now, my father did, don't get me wrong. But I wish people would have harped on that a little bit harder with me. Because I think those two words mean so much more than what people really utilize them for. Because today I very rarely hear it. Very rarely hear it. Now, I am blessed. One team that I do work with, one of the football teams I do work with, a lot of those kids at the end of the workout come up and thank me, as I'm walking out the door and stuff like that. And I'm not a guy who takes a lot of compliments. My job is to help these kids grow better and become better human beings, not just athletes, but better human beings. But I greatly appreciate it. It sits in the back of my head like, man, that's pretty nice. So if you receive something from somebody, and this also goes for the adults, if you receive something from somebody, take the time out of your day, email it, whatever, and say thank you. Not a very hard gesture. It's not very hard at all. Especially if you don't really even know that person. But hey, they sent you something, as a gift, as a welcoming gift, or, just a hey, I just want to let you know about what I do. I appreciate, what you do for the youth of the area and blah, 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 whatever. Respond back. How hard is it? Why have we become a society that can't do that? Why are we become a society that thinks it's all about me? And I can't blame the kids on this one. I can't. It's the adults. I get more thank yous from the kids than I get from the adults. So that tells you something. The adults expect people like to bend over and give them all this kind of stuff in return. No wonder the kids are like that. If we don't demand it, and we don't give it from ourselves, and we don't demand it from others, then what are we doing? We're setting a culture up, a generation up, to be disrespectful. And then everybody says, oh, these kids are disrespectful. They're disrespectful because we allow it. It's not hard to see. It's not hard to see at all. So let's get on the board, adults, okay? And let's start demanding some respect that goes on. You might not like the person, and I always tell kids this, you might not like me as a coach, but at least respect me, because if you're going to respect me, I'll give that respect right back. I'll be the first one to say, hey, great job today, guys. I'll be the first one to call you out if you're not going to work hard, but I'll be the first one to say, hey, great job. That was a good workout. I'll give it both ways. So let's start doing that. You know, 2 easy words, thank you. No, it's not very hard. Not hard at all. You know, a person sets up a meeting with you, thank you. All right, but adults, do the same thing. Stop being arrogant. All right, stop having these big egos, thinking you're above everything when somebody gives you something or does something for you. You can easily do it too. You know what I mean? It's not very hard. And athletes, same thing. Give it back, especially you college kids and, you know, guys that might be going on the pros. People do stuff for you, thank them. You know, because a lot of people don't need to do that. They do it because they want to help. Now, some people want it for the wrong reasons, but the majority of people do things for the right reasons. And kids, thank your parents every single day that they're alive. Thank them, you know, for what they do for you. Because there's no rule, like I said. There's no rule that says they have to. All right? Guys, Coach Brick, stay strong, stay blessed. Remember, greatness never rests.